You have probably thought about it before, the idea of your money working for you while you focus on living life. Well, it turns out the foundation of true financial freedom is standing right in front of you, and you are closer to making it reality than you think. All it takes is a clear path and the right strategy to make sure what you build today grows stronger and stronger with every step forward. In this discussion, you will learn proven systems and time tested principles on how to turn standard rental properties into wealth building assets that work over time for your financial goals. You will gain the sharp eye and steady judgment that successful property investors bring to each opportunity, building a portfolio that serves you future while bringing steady returns in the present. Your first step towards financial independence starts right now. Ready? Let's get started. Imagine a classic American car like a 1969 Chevy Camaro. Most vehicles lose value over time, but certain cars, like this Camaro, gain value. A smart collector can enjoy their car while watching its worth increase. The same concept applies to rental properties, but it's not just appreciation at play. There are three other wealth generators working alongside it that make rental properties such powerful tools for building wealth. These are what Turner calls the four wealth generators. It's these principles that really power your property fortune. So let's start with the first, appreciation. Over time, real estate tends to rise in value. Sometimes this happens naturally thanks to market growth, but savvy investors can boost value through improvements. For instance, taking an old duplex and adding fresh paint, better landscaping, and modern updates can raise the property's worth overall. While appreciation shouldn't be the only factor when choosing a property, it can have a significant impact. Next comes cash flow. This is the money left after all expenses are paid, and it's the regular income that makes rental properties so appealing. Unlike flipping houses, which involves one time sales, rental properties provide steady income month after month. A well chosen property can bring in 300 to 500 US dollars per unit in profit each month, which can then be reinvested, saved, or used for everyday expenses. The third wealth generator is tax benefits. While taxes might not seem exciting, they play a key role in boosting wealth. And it turns out that the government offers an array of tax breaks to property owners, whether it's deducting expenses or depreciation benefits. Rental properties can significantly lower your tax burden. Many investors with rental income and paying up less in taxes than those with traditional jobs, despite earning more overall. Finally, the fourth financial engine is loan paydown. With rental properties, your tenants help pay off your mortgage. Each month, part of their rent goes toward reducing the principal balance of your loan. Over time, this builds equity in the property without you needing to put in extra money. These four elements, appreciation, cash flow, tax benefits, and loan paydown, do not work in isolation. They combine, boosting each other. When all of them are working together, our rental property becomes a strong tool for growing wealth. A single property can appreciate in value, generate monthly cash flow, lower your taxes, and build equity through loan paydown, all at the same time. That said, rental property investing isn't automatic. Success depends on choosing the right property, managing it well, and keeping a long term perspective. Some investors fail by focusing too much on one financial benefit while ignoring the others. Like the Camaro, a rental property needs regular care to keep running smoothly, but even with the best upkeep, The real estate comes down to understanding the numbers behind your investment. In the next section, you will find out how those calculations can make or break your success. Yes, you heard it right. Calculations can make or break your success. Real estate investing often seems like a gamble, but success really comes down to one key factor: knowing your numbers. Let me repeat it: knowing your numbers. Much like a chess player who anticipates moves ahead, a successful property investor needs to analyze potential deals with care. The difference between a rental property that makes steady income and the one that drains your account can come down to those early calculations. Take Sarah, a first time investor who found what she thought was a bargain in Phoenix, a three-bedroom house listed at $200,000 looked great on the surface. Similar homes in the area rented for $1,800 a month. With a mortgage payment of about $1,000, she expected $800 in monthly profit. But after a few months, hidden costs started adding up. Sarah hadn't considered property taxes, insurance, maintenance, and vacancy periods. By the 6 month mark, her bargain was barely breaking even. This is why proper analysis is so important. Experienced investors use methods like the 50% rule as a quick check. This rule suggests that operating expenses, excluding the mortgage, will typically eat up half of your rental income. For Sarah, that would mean $900 in expenses, leaving 900 for the mortgage and any remaining profit. Much tighter than she first thought. But it's not just about numbers. Location matters a lot. Location is also a key. Think of neighborhoods like school grades. A class areas are newer with higher income residents and top rated schools, while D class areas can have higher crime rates and deteriorating properties. Each area has its own set of pros and cons. For instance, A class properties tend to attract stable tenants but offer lower cash flow due to higher prices. Meanwhile, C class properties can offer better cash flow but usually need more hands on management. Marcus, another investor, focused on B class neighborhoods in Atlanta. He found these areas struck a balance between solid tenants, reasonable property prices, and healthy rental income. He looked for homes that needed minor updates, allowing him to raise rents and build equity. His success wasn't just about picking individual properties, though. He studied the whole neighborhood. Before buying, he checked three things: local employment trends, school quality, and crime stats. He used sites like greatschools.org for school ratings and crimereports.com to assess safety. When all three factors aligned, he knew the area had potential. Ultimately, real estate success is more than just finding a good deal. You need to take care of analyzing every aspect of your investment before you make your purchase. By running the numbers, understanding the area, and accounting for future costs, you can turn a promising property into a profitable one. But even the best deals can stall without the right financial approach. As we move forward, we will explore the financial tools that can help you break free from the limitations of traditional lending. Picture stepping into a hardware store for the first time, surrounded by shelves full of tools. You might pick up a basic hammer and screwdriver, but eventually realize you need more specialized equipment for different tasks. Financing rental properties works in a similar way. The key is knowing which tool fits each investment. Traditional bank loans are often the starting point for rental property financing. These loans come with fixed interest rates and familiar 30-year terms. Let's go back to Sarah, the first time investor. When she bought her first duplex, she took out a conventional loan, putting down 20% and securing a 4.5% interest rate. Her mortgage is $1,520 a month, and with $2,800 in rental income, she enjoys positive cash flow even after accounting for expenses. But conventional loans have limits. Banks usually only allow borrowers to take out up to 10 mortgages, and each loan affects how much debt you have compared to your income. This can slow down your ability to buy more properties, making alternative financing strategies more important. Creative financing offers a solution. Mike, another investor, found this out when purchasing a distressed fourplex. He worked directly with the owner to arrange seller financing, avoiding the bank altogether. He put 10% down and agreed to monthly payments with a 6% interest rate. This allowed him to take on a property no bank would finance due to its condition, and after renovations, he increased both its value and rental income. One strategy many investors use is called the BRRRR method, which stands for buy, rehabilitate, rent, refinance, and repeat. David, for example, bought a rundown triplex for $150,000 using a mix of personal savings and hard money lending. After spending $50,000 to rehabilitate the property, it was ready to rent. Once the property appraised for $275,000, he refinanced, pulling out much of his original investment while maintaining strong cash flow. With that success, he was ready to repeat the process again. The foundation of successful investing lies in building relationships with various funding sources before you need them. Local banks, credit unions, and private lenders can offer more flexible terms than larger institutions. Many investors also borrow from individuals seeking better returns than traditional investments offers. These relationships depend on trust and a proven track record, so begin building both early on. In the end, no single financing strategy is a silver bullet. The best investors develop a variety of tools and know when to use each one. By establishing connections with local banks, exploring private lending options, and engaging with experienced investors, you will be prepared to seize opportunities when they arise. But securing the right financing is just the beginning. Once you have acquired your rental property, the next challenge is managing it effectively to ensure long term success. Running a rental property business requires having systems in place to keep things running smoothly. Let's revisit Sarah, the Seattle landlord we mentioned earlier. While her properties looked profitable on paper, she found herself constantly juggling maintenance requests, late rent payments, and tenant disputes. The stress of managing everything without a clear plan quickly became overwhelming. Indeed, the turning point came when she recognized the need for better systems. She shifted from reacting to problems as they arose to proactively creating strategies that made her business more manageable. Here are some of the key tips and best practices Sarah and other successful landlords use to streamline property management. A key part is setting up clear communication with your tenants. It's important to establish boundaries. Instead of verbal agreements, successful landlords implement structured office hours for non emergency calls, online pay portals for payments, and document every interaction. When your tenants know what qualifies as an emergency, those late night calls about minor issues become less frequent. Maintenance should also be organized rather than treating each repair as an isolated event, categorizing issues by urgency Water leaks and heating problems demand immediate attention, while minor plumbing issues can wait for regular business hours. By having pre approved contractors on call and setting standard response times, you can respond quickly and efficiently rather than scrambling for solutions at the last minute. Financial management is another critical area. Automatic payment systems and clear late fee policies help create a culture of one time payments. When tenants know there is no flexibility on rent deadlines, they are more likely to prioritize paying rent on time. Consistency is key to reinforcing this expectation. Preventive maintenance can help avoid costly repairs down the road. Create a calendar for regular inspections and maintenance tasks. For example, sparing HVAC checks prevents summer breakdowns, and fall gutter cleanings reduce the risk of water damage in winter. Regular upkeep is like performing oil checks on car. Small scheduled actions that prevent major problems. Vendor relationships also benefit from being well organized. Rather than scrambling to find contractors when problems pop up, maintain relationships with trusted professionals in various trades. Pre-negotiated rates and priority service agreements ensure faster response times when emergencies arise. Lastly, do not forget that you need to stay compliant with local laws. Each area has different rules around security deposits, notices, and inspections. Keeping a calendar of legal deadlines helps prevent mistakes that could cost time and money. By creating systems for common problems, you can reduce stress and keep your properties profitable. With clear communication, proactive maintenance, and a well documented document approach, property management becomes far more manageable. Building a real estate portfolio is only a part of the process. Knowing when and how to make your exit is just as important. Alexander the Great, despite his incredible conquests, left behind a legacy of chaos because he didn't plan his succession. While your investments might not spark international conflict, the lesson still applies. Planning your exit strategy ensures your wealth is preserved and continues to grow. Your investments are likely driven by goals like financial freedom and security. To reach these, you will eventually need to make a decisions about selling or transitioning properties. The key is to explore your options and choose the right path for your future. One of the best tools available is the 1031 exchange. With this, you can defer taxes on profits by reinvesting them into similar properties, which can significantly accelerate wealth building. Imagine two investors, each starting with a $50,000 down payment over 25 years with consistent appreciation. The one using 1031 exchange builds $3.8 million in property value, while the other, paying taxes at every sale, ends up with $2.4 million. That's a $1.4 million difference simply from using this strategy. To use a 1031 exchange, timing and attention to detail are key. Once you sell, you have got 45 days to identify new properties and 180 days to complete the purchase. You will also need to work with a qualified intermediary to handle the funds. Touching the money yourself can invalidate the exchange. The replacement property must be of equal or greater value and meet like kind criteria to qualify. When the time comes to make your final exit, there are options. You can either cash out and pay deferred taxes or hold the properties until they pass to your heirs, who can take advantage of a stepped up basis. Some investors prefer a middle ground option by transitioning from hands on management to more passive investments. These could include triple net leases, where the tenant is responsible for most property expenses like maintenance, taxes, and insurance or real estate syndications, where you pool your money with other investors to buy larger properties managed by someone else. Both options reduce the hassle of daily management while still offering tax benefits. Planning your exit should not be left until you are ready to sell. By staying ahead of the game and understanding the tools available, you can protect your investments, minimize taxes, and position yourself for long term success. In this discussion, to the book on rental property investing by Brandon Turner, you have learned that rental property investment can be a powerful tool for building long term wealth. By leveraging four key financial benefits: appreciation, cash flow, tax advantages, and loan paydown, you can grow your fortune steadily. But success depends on understanding the math behind each deal and managing your properties efficiently. Practicing maintenance, careful financial analysis, and smart financial strategies such as private lending and 1031 exchanges help minimize your returns and stress. Finally, having a well planned exit strategy ensures that your investments continue to work for you, securing your financial future. Alright, that's it for today. We hope you enjoyed it. If you can, please take the time to subscribe the channel. We always appreciate your feedback. See you in the next one.